Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to Maya's Watchtower. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. And today, without wasting time, we are going to talk about the spiritual birthing that removes rejection and opens doors of favor. Yes, I know that for you to click on this video, maybe you might have experienced rejection in your life, and also you might have tried to knock on so many different doors unsuccessfully. And you know, rejection is the worst feeling, or is the worst experience one can ever have. We have people that have gone through the system. Let's say when it comes to education, you've studied very well, you've done everything that you're supposed to do, you've gone through the system, but now when it gets to the time you won't start applying for jobs, you don't get any job. Nobody's calling you for anything. Even those that promise you they will call you later, they only receive your applications, but there is no job offer you're ever getting. But when you look into it, you see that there are people that you know, or even friends, or people that you come from the same estate or even village, who ends up getting those positions, those jobs, and even in better position without any qualification. You might find that even some of them, they're not even educated, but they get to really get those jobs because of favor. And you don't get it not because we are not qualified, but because rejection is on you. So how do people end up into this circle or trap of rejection? So sometimes this can be generational, whereby maybe it is something that has been going, it's a pattern that has been in your family, whereby people have been experiencing rejection from day one. You find that maybe your grandparents really experienced rejection, whereby no matter what they could do, they were never recognized for the work that they did, or no matter what they did, if it's in business, it was never successful. And even some of them, some even in relationships, you find, rejection is not only about jobs. By the way, let me clarify this. Rejection can also be even in relationship, whereby you find somebody very nice, you try to talk to them, you date to know each other and all that, and at the end of the day, these people cut off communication. They just cut you off without telling you why they're ending the relationship, even in friendships. So this is something common. It affects relationships. It affects your normal relationship with your friends, the people around you, and the environment. The rejection is so loud that you can feel it. You try a relationship, they're not working, work is not working. You try business, it's not just working. And you ask yourself, why am I experiencing this? Despite the fact that I'm praying, I'm fasting, and I'm doing all that I'm supposed to do, but still I'm experiencing rejection. You should not panic. This is something very common, but for those people that are spiritually awakened, you know that this is something that is common, but you just don't leave it. Since it's common, you don't just leave it like that. You need to really, if you've prayed, you've done everything, you've prayed, you've manifested, you've declared, you've done all this, and it's not working. Sometimes I normally encourage people that if prayer is not working, if the fasting, the declaration, the manifestation is not just working, now you need to adjust and go ahead and now do the prophetic acts. So some people call prophetic acts like rituals, some call it magic and all that, but no, prophetic acts are not magic, they're not superstition. These are just acts of faith. And let me also say this just for a second. You need to know that for an act to come to pass, for a prophetic act to really come to pass from the time you do it, it's not always about the person teaching you, like me telling you, or it's not even about God or what, but it's about your faith, how you feel inside you. It's more faith than just doing it. If you're doing something, if you're doubting, this is what I say, if you're doubting what you're doing, you're not so sure of whether to do it or not, you don't really believe in whatever you're doing, don't do it. But prophetic acts, trust me, if they're done the right way, without harming anybody or without manipulating people, then it's going to work. We all know that God has allowed us to use elements of the earth in our own for our own benefit. He has allowed us, he has blessed us to be able to command the elements of the earth to act in our favor. So we have talked a lot, and I want us to get into the prophetic act. But now I also want you to know that sometimes it's not you're not the problem. You're not the reason why you're getting rejected for all your job applications. You're getting rejected by all the people you meet in relationships. You're being rejected by your friends, and even your business is not working. It's not your fault. Sometimes we carry generational curses, or sometimes this rejection maybe it has been something that has been in your bloodline, but nobody took that step to really spiritually cleanse to get over that. And that's why I do encourage spiritual prophetic acts, because they do a lot. You don't only need the prophetic act alone. Of course, you need to pray, because at the end of the day, our God, the creator of heaven and earth, he's the one that gives power. He's the one that really gives power or strength into that prophetic act. One thing I love about spiritual birthing is that while you birth maybe just for spiritual, maybe for rejection, to cleanse yourself over rejection and for open doors, sometimes it's good to do it because you are doing it for that, but you just don't know other battles that the enemy had imposed on you. So sometimes we have things that the enemy has done to you that has not manifested, but it's just a matter of time for those things to come true. And that's why I encourage spiritual birthing, the cleansing one, because it will even get rid of the problems that you don't know. It will even help get rid of the problems for the family, for people around you, for your kids, for your family as a whole, even the fights that you never knew nothing about. We have talked a lot, but I wanted to tell you or to show you how to really do it. So make sure in this prophetic act, we need a crystal glass, we need a green lemon, and we need some water, of course, because remember it is spiritual birthing. And also we need coffee. Yes, we need coffee. Not forgetting one other ingredient. This is salt. We need sea salt. If you don't have the sea salt, you can use the normal salt, but I normally encourage people to use the sea salt. I just like that. There's so many benefits when it comes to sea salt. So when you have all these things, remember I said a prophetic act is all about your faith. It has nothing really to do with me. I'm just a messenger. I'm telling you what is supposed to be done. So it's you to believe, and by the help of God, everything will work. So how do we start? Now make sure you have water, because remember this is a spiritual bath. So take a crystal glass, and put some water inside it. Yes, I don't know if I mentioned coffee as one of the ingredients that you must have, because coffee has a lot of benefits. So we are not lacking this. We need to have this added in our spiritual bath. So now have a glass, put some coffee into the glass, and after you put the coffee into the glass, water. You can either start with water, coffee, or coffee water. There is no rules around that. Now after mixing that, you see you have this lemon, the green lemon. Don't cut it. Yes, we are going to use it as a whole. We are not going to cut it. So before you put this lemon inside the glass, now just take the lemon and wrap the lemon. We said there is no cutting of the lemon. Wrap it around your neck as you go through around your back, behind the neck, just around there. As you say, rejection will never be my portion. As you say, speak words of declaration. Say, I will never experience rejection in my life, and God is going to open many doors of favor. And for the years I've lost because of rejection, for the opportunities that I've missed because of rejection, they're going to be recovered. Say that as you wrap this lemon around your neck. There is no specific word you're supposed to say, but rather speak to your God. Let's talk to God. Say something to God as you pass it around your neck. So take your time rubbing the lemon around your neck, of course, as you say this, and just make sure that you're connecting with God. I say there is no specific words you're supposed to say. Say what's in your heart, what you want God to do for you in that moment. And also, as you finish with the lemon, take the lemon and put inside the glass. Remember, you had a glass with water and coffee. Now add the lemon inside. Don't cut the lemon. Just leave it as it is, full, a whole lemon. Put inside the water and take the sea salt that we mentioned, we talked about. Add good amount of sea salt. Yes, add good amount of sea salt because you know the benefits of salt. Add some good amount of salt. And now you're done with adding. You've already added the coffee, water, sea salt, and there a whole lemon is inside the glass. And now, what is the timing? I did not talk about the timing because you're not going to do this anytime. You just don't decide to just stand up and start doing. You need some quiet time. And normally, for me, I normally encourage people to do these things at night. So someone will ask, like, why is it that you want us to be doing things at night instead of just doing it during the day? At night is good because there is no much distraction, and also you can easily, your body has relaxed away from the many things that normally occupy you during the day. So at least you're already sober, you are relaxed, and you are also in your space. Remember, you're doing this from a quiet space, from a very quiet space. So I normally encourage people, you can do it from midnight up to like around 4. It's your decision, and just do it in a quiet place. The thing is that make sure you're in a quiet place with no distractions. And now everything is in place. Your mixture is there. And also, we have talked about the timing. I don't want people to say, like, I don't know, I did it this time. I've said do it at midnight. We are avoiding a lot of distraction, especially for people that are not really spiritual. Some be questioning, some even will make you they will shake your faith if you're not strong enough. So this water, the mixture of salt, coffee, and a whole lemon inside it, now pour it. Yes. Pour it from your head as it goes down. As you speak, rejection will never be my portion. I will never be rejected, and doors of favor will open. Favor will never leave me. I'm a child of favor. God will open doors of favor for me. Declare loudly. You know what is in your heart. You know what you've been crying for. You know what you've really been pushing, trying to really achieve without any success. Now talk to God during this while you pour the water. I said pour the water from your head downwards. As it goes down, the lemon will fall on the floor. It's okay. Speak what is in your mind. Talk to God about the job that you are crying for. If it's finance, money is rejecting you. You know, money can also reject you. You never get hold of the money. It's always running away from me. Also from you, the same. Pray against rejection. Ask God to take away rejection from your life. And also for those that are believing in God for jobs, for spouses, talk to God, you know. Talk to God while doing this. This is just a prophetic act. Remember, it's your faith that is going to get you everything that you want. This is just a prophetic act, and that's why I normally say this is not magic, and it's allowed because God has allowed us to use elements of the earth, you know, in our favor. So now, as you've already talked, declared everything that you wanted to declare while doing it, now you'll pick your lemon from the floor. Of course, it will be down, and you'll go and you can keep it somewhere. You can throw it away or just keep it somewhere. But I think it's better. You can choose to throw it somewhere that it's not like somebody can pick, but throw it somewhere. So we are finished doing our prophetic act, but now I want to say this. Just before you leave, just leave a comment and say, rejection will never be my portion. Just comment and say, rejection will never be my portion, to connect. And also, let me say this. God, He is a true God. There is no single day you're praying to Him, you're asking Him for something, and He's not giving you. Normally sometimes it's just a matter of wait, I'm going to give you. So continue trusting in God, continue praying, and also continue learning more. I'm telling you, there is nothing so good as being spiritually awakened. There's so much to gain. There's so much to enjoy. There is so much peace for those people who are spiritually awakened. If you're here and you're spiritually awakened, you know that it's really good. And we will continue learning more, because I want us to learn even about spiritual awakening, the stages, and how to know that you're spiritually awakening, and what to do in the process you feel like you're spiritually awakening, being awake, or being awake spiritually. We'll talk about all this. So thank you so much. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything that we post. Until we meet next time.